What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's your guy, T. Swin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We live. Still alive. We all still alive because I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the 5G signal today. They were supposed to do something bad to everybody.
Yeah, I've got the notification right here.
Exactly. Yeah, but we in the mix, man. You got T. Swin. We got
and your boy J Bean.
And also, who we got in the house tonight? Gotcha. What's up, everybody? We back at it. Back again. Man, your boy feeling better. I was under the weather yesterday. Had to go see the doctor. But your boy good, man. Just got to make sure I take my vitamins. That's it. But as you can see, I'm in better spirits than I was earlier today. Yes, sir.
What exactly did they tell you?
Oh, man, my vitamin D was down. That's it. No pun intended.
Okay, so
yeah, that's it.
Situation. So what was the backstory? So what happened? Because
oh man, I just be inside so much, bro. Because I work in front of a computer, and then when I'm not at work, I work in front of a computer. So that's it, man. My vitamin D was down, and when your vitamin D is low, it messes with you, make you feel weak, it make your joints hurt. They say it can cause like depression-like symptoms. So make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you're getting your vitamins, man. Make sure you get out in the sun.
It's interesting. I used to be about 300 pounds, about 6 years ago, and I had what's called the vertical gastric sleeve.
Yeah.
And my doctor prescribed me vitamin D3. He's like, you need to take this for the rest of your life. And it's 5,000 IUs. I just take the gummies just because it tastes good. And the thing is like there was a time where I was just being cheap and just decided not to buy it. And oh God, dude, you feel it. It's like ultimate fatigue. So with me, it's fatigue. It's fatiguing. And I take vitamin D3 and also take what is that? Nitric oxide, which is the beets.
Yeah.
Your blood. So gentlemen, your mid 40s, I highly recommend it. Beets and D3.
Yes, sir. Got it, man. Got to take care of yourself, man. You all you got.
You're feeling better.
Find a good multivitamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, JB, man, what's popping in the world, man? What you came across, man?
Oh man! Besides me having COVID,
you got the China flu?
Yeah, man. It's been a rough week in Houston.
The Hong Kong flu, huh? All right.
I got that flu. Man, this situation in Florida, man. You got this 11-year-old kid that don't know how to handle his aggression, shooting slugs at folks.
Yeah.
I mean, not talking about the verbal ones.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So, man, JB has sent me this clip, man. It's an 11-year-old boy out in Florida. This was a Pop Warner football team, right? And so we got the clip, man. We're gonna show this to y'all, man. We're gonna go it's a fair use, man. Fair use. Your boy about to get it on for you so y'all can see what we're talking about. This happened recently, and this happened in Florida. So I'm about to get this on the screen for y'all. We about to check this out. Let's see.
Say an 11-year newly released surveillance video shows the moments police say an 11-year-old boy shot his teammates during football practice.
Happened Monday night in a pub just north of Orlando. The footage shows the boy running to his mother's car in the parking lot, where he was chased by a 13-year-old. After retrieving a firearm from the vehicle, the boy can then be seen running back out and firing one round from the gun. The 13-year-old who was chasing him and another boy were struck as they tried to run away. According to an affidavit, some witnesses said the three boys had been physically fighting over a bag of chips. Other witnesses said the 11-year-old was being bullied.
Now, Haley Crumblehome reports the park and fields reopened last night.
One of the 911 calls came from the mom of one of the two 13-year-old victims.
They said it was somebody else that was shot too, but I don't know. Just please make them hurry up. Okay, ma'am.
The Pop Warner team wasn't the only group at the complex Monday night. Another call came from a soccer coach on another field.
There was one shot. That's all we heard. We told our players to get down. Everybody's just a mass exodus out of the football area.
While the football field was empty Tuesday night, soccer players were back. with the team posting on Facebook that after talking with park administration and the Apopka police, they felt confident resuming practice and giving kids a sense of normalcy. Regular park visitors were back too, but shocked by what happened.
It's just crazy. I wouldn't have expected it to happen here at all.
Well, how did this even happen?
Police released surveillance camera footage Tuesday. It shows the 11-year-old suspect getting
Now we
something
got
from
graphic
a car
footage in this
before
video. I'm
one
gonna give y'all
shot
that
was
notice.
fired, hitting two 13-year-olds.
I had walked my dog earlier that day in this very park.
Glenn Chansey is an Apopka parent with teenagers. He was horrified by what happened.
As a parent, this is a nightmare. You know, my kids, if they don't go to karate, my boys are here walking with me, sometimes at the same time that they're playing football over there.
That's one of several questions he's been asking himself.
Is one of these kids carrying a gun? Could the same argument break out over here with someone else? I don't think it's unrealistic to be very concerned about that. Do you?
And that was Haley Cromblehome reporting. One of the boys has been released from the hospital. The other is still recovering in stable condition.
Yeah, man. So, what's y'all thoughts on that, man?
Man, it's a sad thing, man. That mom gonna be in trouble.
Yeah,
she should have had that gun secured.
First and foremost, parents are going to be held accountable, or whoever the owner of the weapon is going to be held accountable.
Man, it's crazy because
I don't even know where to begin.
Because it's crazy because they say it started over a fight, an argument over a bag of chips.
I don't believe that.
Nobody should lose their life, but hey, man, you'd be surprised, man. Nowadays, people die over.
Yeah,
people die over silly stuff. What these people are willing to take lives for, and another thing too, man. The value of life is not the same as it was when we was young, because of the the video games and the influence. And people are now they on their phone watching videos of people deleting themselves, hurting themselves to get likes and views. So what their idea of what entertainment is different from us and when we grew up, and they don't respect death as much as we did. You know what I'm saying? All these songs, drill music, everything, it promotes killing. So they see somebody get shot, it'd be an actual video footage, and they laugh at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
they think it's
as a society, we're desensitized.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy though, man. And like he knew exactly where the gun was at. He ran to the car. So that's they didn't secure that weapon. That parent didn't secure that weapon. And I'm gonna say this too, man. We all got bullied. We all got bullied, bro. And for everybody that's from H-Town, I went to Cashman Gardens Elementary School before we moved to the southeast side. We had to fight every day. We had to fight on the bus, going to school, fight in front of the school before school started, fight at recess, fight waiting on the bus at the end of the day, and fight on the bus going home. But I never thought about killing nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were fighting for stupid reasons. You know what I'm saying? People wanted to fight me and my twin brother because we dressed the same and we had decent clothes. We was poor, but our folks kept us up. They kept us together. So people would fight. Oh, yeah, I think y'all all that because you dress nice. But we fought. But I never thought about killing nobody. I just thought about getting better at fighting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't want to kill nobody or bring a weapon to school.
The thing was back then, it wasn't even an option.
Nah, it wasn't. That
it wasn't even an option. Yeah. Now it's like, Grand Theft Auto, and, you have these extremely violent games, I think that was the nucleus of it. Then you have, Modern Warfare and, all these other games where people are literally just kind of, doing these horrendous, things in a game. And then it's crazy that people copy it. Like there was a mass shooting, I think, at a grocery store, and the guy taped it. The dude was videotaping, and he was literally shooting people of color.
Facebook
like it was
Live.
A video game.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of at a loss for words, because I just kind of feel like it's like we kind of need to start, at home, and we need to start holding like the people that are, the problem is nobody wants to be held accountable.
Yeah.
The game manufacturers don't want to be held accountable. I mean, you could put up a blurb up that says parental advisory, blah 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 blah, but really,
Yeah.
It's the same thing in our music. Before, like, back in the day, whenever you had a cassette or a CD or a vinyl record, it says parental advisory, explicit lyrics. You had to be 18 or older to buy it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody enforces that. You know, nobody enforces. You know, like even when Mortal Kombat came out on the Super NES, you had to be 18 to buy it. You know, because it had blood in it. You know, because I remember I had my uncle went and bought it for me because I couldn't buy it, wasn't old enough to get it.
Yeah. Another thing too, man, is that car was unlocked. I don't know if he took the keys from his mama or something like that, but that car was unlocked, so that there was easy access to that weapon.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Where were the parents?
Exactly, man. Well, yeah, if this is
at
part
a
one,
public
so
place.
there's
It's at a
parents.
park.
There's parents out there doing the game or doing the practice. Where's the parents when this bullying is going on?
Exactly. This is going on during practice. Where's the coach? Number one. If this was actually happening during football practice or whatever practice, where's the coach?
Yeah.
Where are the parents?
It's
there's too many holes in the story. There's too much lack of accountability. From people that are responsible.
Exactly.
So those are my thoughts. To me, there's a lot of holes in this story, but at the end of the day, if this was football practice, why did the coach? First of all, why is a child being bullied on a football field? Where's the coach and assistant coaches and so on and so forth?
And other parents.
And other parents. And there's parents.
Like,
parents. Like if I'm a parent, I'll be goddamn if I let my kid get jumped on the field.
Exactly.
So
but they say they were fighting over a bag of chips. Nah.
From where? The bleachers? You're from where?
Man,
why are they eating at football practice?
This is crazy. I think they said it was after practice or after the game, but it's crazy, man. Like you would go to that level of violence, But didn't we see earlier this year when the kid did something to his parent because they wouldn't buy him a game system?
Yeah.
But
do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you understand the basic fundamentals of football practice. You have a coach, assistant coach.
Yeah.
You have all these other people there, people that hold the chains, cheerleaders, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
The story don't add up. Even if it was Little League, it doesn't add up because you have parents that are in parents that are in the stadium. You have parents in the bleachers. If this was at a park, right? You have parents that are in the bleachers. They don't see that shit. And they have nothing to say about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There's too many holes in the story.
The thing about it though, the parents now, man, they ain't like back when we were coming up where another parent could check a kid. Now you got these parents. Now you check the kid, and the parent want to get involved, man, like you doing something to their kid. So that's another thing. Some of these parents are too scared to say anything to these kids because they don't know what the kids' parents how they're going to react to them trying to discipline their kid.
Before the show, T. Swin made a very valid observation. He was like, these kids feminine, all in their feelings. Where's the fathers? Made a very valid point. You got to stay out of your feelings. If you're gonna take, you're gonna take a butt whooping. You take a butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You just get beat up. So what? They ain't gonna kill you.
Nah, it ain't. Live to fight another day. Live to fight another day.
That was like on Friday.
Exactly. Man, the kids, 11 and 13-year-old, man, 2 kids were home. Like I say, one is already out of the hospital. The other one is in stable condition, but he's in the hospital. The kids could have lost their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, it's like, what examples is being shown for him to throw a temper tantrum like that? A violent temper, a deadly temper tantrum like that. Man, it's crazy, man. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's shame on the parent for, it's probably, that parent probably showed them like, hey, if we have any problems, you need to protect me. The gun right here. This is how you get to it.
I'm pretty sure that probably taught him that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that because I teach my kids. I teach my kids what stuff is at, and it stuff pop off. You know what I'm saying? We've been properly.
There's a difference between popping off and just getting jumped, or not even just having an argument.
Yeah, and my kids know better. They would never do nothing like that, and they would never do nothing like that. They know better. I'm trained them. But man,
you gotta realize though, kids pay attention, man. They gonna, even though you might I don't know, like I said, we don't know this lady, we don't know her situation, we don't know if she told him where the gun was at or not. But kids, they notice everything. I know when I was a kid, I know where my mom kept the gun. Would I have the audacity to go get it? No, but you have to secure that weapon. So the first thing should have been she should have had some kind of locking mechanism on that weapon.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so
The biggest thing I would just
one
say
problem.
I would just say the biggest problem here, at least in my opinion, is the lack of accountability across the board. Lack of accountability and lack of adults. That's my argument.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, man. As soon as cause me myself, man, as soon as I would have seen, and you parents, y'all be around the team, so you get to know the other teammates on the team. You get to know the other players. You start meeting the other parents. You get to know the kids. They almost become like extended family. So if you see something going up, you usually step in and say, "Hey, what's going on, man? What y'all tripping, man? Man, I'll go get some more bags of chips." You know what I'm saying? Something.
If that's really the story, yeah.
But no, exactly. That's really the story. But nobody stepped in. Nobody said, "Hey, what's going on over there?" From what we could see, it's what it looked like. Nobody said, "Hey, what's going on?" They said, "Man, what's the problem?" And this little boy was able to. Man, it just blows my mind. Man, it's just crazy. Okay, because I
like
got kids.
Said, man,
Baby got a kid, and I would hate for something like that to happen. More,
So
that culture we used to have, that culture we used to have, like it takes a village. We don't have that village culture no more. Like you see it all the time, man. Like you can't tell my baby what to do.
Yeah.
Your kid doing wrong, and you try to make a correction. Then the parent come in defend the kid, even though the kid is wrong. So that culture of us checking each other's kid, that's gone now. Everybody's self-centered. Everybody worried about themselves. So it takes, like I said, man, it takes a village, and that village mentality is gone. So that's part of the problem.
Yeah. I see that. It's like don't nobody do anything to my kid. Don't tell me how to be a parent. But again, it all lacks accountability.
That's how majority.
It all boils down to lack of accountability.
Yeah. Man, if you're watching and you saw he was able to see the clip, man, what are your thoughts? Chime in, man. Jump in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? What would you do if you saw this? And what would you do if this is your child? And what do you think needed to be done to prevent this? This is horrible, man.
What's your take on this? I mean, what do you think? So, what do you think the aftermath is going to be? More gun control, So, what do you think? What do you think is going to be? What do you think the narrative will be on the way they spin this? And honestly, what do you think needs to really happen?
Well, one of the parents that are in that clip, the parents spent it like these kids packing guns. No, the kid wasn't packing a gun. They're gonna paint that narrative. But the kid wasn't packing a gun, but he knew where a gun was at. And he knew how to get to it.
Right.
And obviously he knew how to use it. Right.
Yeah.
But the sad part is I'm kind of guilty of that. Go ahead, sorry. They're
gonna push gun control. They're gonna push that.
Right.
If this gets bigger than what it is in that small town, well, in North Orlando, they're gonna push that gun control. But man, it fall back to parenting, man, and just responsibility. And securing deadly weapons, man, and having a weapon, but respecting that weapon and what it could possibly do. Right. Properly training, properly securing and storing your weapon. Yeah, man.
What do you think?
That was a storage situation. She should have never had that gun. She should have never had that gun stored the way she had that gun stored. So that's the biggest. That's what it should come down to is that if you're going to carry a gun, you should have it properly stored. If you need to get to it quick, then you should get you should get a what you call it, the one when you do the fingerprints.
Biometric.
Mm-hmm.
Lock. Yeah. One of those, you need to get to it quick. But it should have been secure.
It's either that or keep it on your person. The whole concept of having a gun in your car. Like, for example, I keep a very small subcompact 9mm, small, and it's not too big, and it's the right size for me. I'm not a big person, so I keep a small weapon. But I keep the thing with me everywhere I go. Go to the grocery store with it. Sometimes I even forget I have it.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back of my mind, my girlfriend's like, she always asks me, "Is like, why do you always have that thing with me?" It's like, you know what? You want to pray the day that I do have it, if ever I need it.
Yeah.
And I've been in a situation in my life where I literally had my life was in somebody else's hands, and I promised myself I'll never allow that to happen again. Where I got robbed, and I was unarmed, and there was nothing I could do, and that's the worst feeling you could ever have, because you don't know what's in this person's head, blah, 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 blah. And that's like the longest way to your life, you know, and I promised myself never again, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as guns, though, you know, sometimes I'm a little loose with it. I always keep them sometimes in my kick panel in my car, you know, and sometimes I forget to take it. But for the most part, it's really like what JB says. If you're not gonna keep it on your person, store it, lock it in your glove box.
Mhm.
You know, especially if you have children. It's like I just it all boils down to the same thing. It's a lack of accountability, lack of responsibility, lack of just common sense.
Mhm.
You know, put a gun lock on there. I'm like, when you buy a weapon, it actually has a lock on there.
Yeah.
You know? Trigger
Yeah.
lock. You know.
Yeah, man. Prayers out to the families, man. Both boys survived. I'm glad nobody died
Yeah.
from this situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what do you think should be done to the parent of that little boy?
I think they need to burn for it. They need to be held accountable.
Yeah, most definitely be held accountable. I don't know. Yeah, she probably gonna do some
Because
jail
if they
time,
don't,
man. Because
because if they don't,
minors got
I'm
held.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. It's the parent got to be, because the access to the gun was all from the parent. Man, it's sad, man, because like, and this is another thing too, man. If you don't raise your kids right, they can affect your life and your future.
Yep. Yeah.
You know
So,
what
for
I'm saying?
example, this parent's going to be held liable, and they may end up going to jail, and then this child might have to go to foster care or be moved to somebody else, and so on and so forth, or they get put into protective custody. You know, so there's a domino effect in this.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like it's lack of accountability. And do I feel the parents should burn? Absolutely. And the reason why is because this should be the one, you know, the matriarch, you know, or whoever, you know, the example that's being set. It's like, look, we're holding your parents accountable. Lock your weapons up. You know.
Yeah.
So if this one burns, they all burn. You know. So nobody gets special treatment. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion. You know, it's got to stop, and it's got to start somewhere. And it needs to start right here. That's my opinion.
Yeah, man. Well, man, y'all hit us up in the comments, man. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your opinion is on this situation. 11-year-old boy pulling a gun after an argument over a bag of chips. What they saying that's what the cause of it was, and he pulled the gun out, shot two 13-year-old boys. They survived. He had easy access to a gun in his mother's car. Y'all let us know what the thoughts is, man. You can go back and rewatch the video and see the clip. Man, and make sure you tap in with the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Also, right now is Wind Down Wednesday. You can go check out JF Clay, man. He live right now on his Wind Down Wednesdays. And tonight, also, man, make sure you tune into the King's Thought of the Day podcast. Your boy T Swin about to jump into that too. Man, any last words, man, gentlemen?
Yeah, man. If you're gonna have a firearm, just make sure you have it secured, you know, and also know your laws in your state, because you can't carry a firearm everywhere with you. And certain places you can and can't carry, and there's certain times when you can and can't use it. So know your state laws.
Exactly.
I would just say, parents, you know, you're messing up. Period. Pay attention. You know, like JB and T Swin was saying, children are very smart. They know where things are. Whether you believe that they are not paying attention, they are. Always assume the unassumable. Always assume that, you know, like you need to childproof. In theory, like how you childproof your house, you need to childproof your life, childproof your weapons. You know, so just don't even give them the opportunity to put you in a position where it affects you and might have you put away. So buy a safe, biometric lock, whatever. Make sure you lock up your firearms, and lock it. Anything that could possibly put you in harm's way, lock it up.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Well, man, hey, thank you for coming on, bro. Being a part of the show. Hey, man, make sure y'all tune in to Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, man. Make sure you tune into the King's Thought of the Day podcast. And you know, it's Wednesday, so make sure you check out Storytime with T.
I watched it. That was really good.
Also, man, if you would like to hit your boys up, man, go to mcabwpodcast@gmail, man. Go to CTR Media Network, man. Hit the icon for our show, the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. If you want to be a guest, man, register to be a guest on our show. And if you'd like to advertise with us, make sure you get in contact with us, man. Get your product and get you in front of the people.
And don't forget
Man.
to hit the like button, fool.
And hit the like button, fool. Yeah, we out. Make sure you subscribe, share, and comment, man. Peace.
Peace out.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Hey, it's me again, your guy T Swin with Storytime with T. You can listen to Storytime with T on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Support the show. Listen on the go anywhere. While you work out at the job, it's your guy T Swin, Storytime with T. Check it out, y'all. Support. Peace.